Welcome to The Explainer, where we break down complex ideas using the source material itself. Today, we're talking about something pretty radical, the idea that the entire universe might have a heartbeat, and the key to understanding it is actually hidden right inside our own bodies. So we're diving into a really profound claim here, one that connects the cosmos, the human body, and even metaphysics through what it calls a shared geometry of emergence. The basic idea? The same fundamental pattern that builds a living heart, well, that's the same pattern that builds the universe itself. Okay, so you gotta be asking, is this just beautiful poetry, a nice metaphor, or does it actually point to a scientifically grounded reality? Well, the source material we're digging into argues it's absolutely the second one, a deep structural similarity that you can actually describe with math. Let's see how they make the case. All right, so our story starts with a genuine mystery right at the heart of modern cosmology. It's a stubborn problem that scientists call the Hubble tension, and it's all about one simple question. How fast is our universe expanding? See, here's the deal. Scientists have two main ways to measure the cosmic expansion rate. One way is to look way, way back in time, at the ancient light left over from the Big Bang. The other way is to look at things much closer to us, in the modern universe. And the crazy part is, the numbers don't match up. When we look at the early universe, the cosmic dawn, we get an expansion rate of about 67 kilometers per second per megaparsec. Now, don't worry about the units, just know that a megaparsec is a ridiculously long distance. The point is, this number, 67, is super solid and well established. But, and here's where it gets weird. When we measure the universe right now, the one right outside our door, by looking at stars and exploding supernovae, we get a faster number, around 73. And this isn't some small rounding error. These two numbers are fundamentally statistically in disagreement. So for years, cosmologists have been scratching their heads asking, is our physics just broken, or is there something we're completely missing? But the framework we're exploring today flips the script. It asks, what if this tension isn't a problem we need to solve? What if it's actually a signal we need to understand? What if it's the pulse of a living cosmos? Now, to get a handle on that cosmic pulse, we're going to do something that seems a little strange. We're going to look away from the telescope and turn instead to the microscope, to maybe the most incredible pump we know of, the human heart. In the first month after conception, the embryonic heart performs this incredible feat of geometric transformation. It's like biological origami. It doesn't just get bigger, it completely reconfigures its entire shape and structure. It starts out as this really simple, straight tube. And then, and this is the key moment, it undergoes this crucial right-handed twist, folding and looping in on itself to become the complex, powerful four-chambered pump that keeps us alive. Remember that line from the beginning? The heart isn't born whole, it is folded into coherence. Okay, hold on to that idea of folding, because now we're going to take that exact same mechanical blueprint and apply it to the entire cosmos. This theory suggests that the universe itself went through its own looping phase. It calls it the cosmic chrysalis. You can think of it like the universe was in a cocoon, a mixed, unstable state where it wasn't quite fully formed yet. And it's in this phase that the two different values for the Hubble constant were supposedly locked in. And this is where it gets absolutely mind-blowing. This isn't just a vague similarity. The core claim is that the key developmental stages of the heart, shown here as nodes in a cycle, map directly onto the major turning points in the history of the universe. So the end of cosmic inflation, a huge moment in the early universe, corresponds perfectly with node 5, a critical phase in the heart's formation. So you're probably thinking, okay, cool pattern, but is this real? Well, the argument here is that this is way more than just a poetic analogy. It's a shared mathematical and physical structure. That physical, right-handed twist of the heart, it's proposed to be the direct physical mirror of a similar kind of twist in the fundamental fields that make up the entire universe. It's a shared geometry of emergence. Okay, but why? I mean, really, why would two systems that are so incredibly different, a tiny biological heart and the whole vast universe, follow the exact same developmental script? Well, the source material grounds this entire pattern in a metaphysical principle from the Quran. In this view, the heart, or qalb, is way more than just a muscle that pumps blood. It's seen as the arena where opposing forces, like trial and mercy, have to coexist. It's a place of transformation where this duality, this conflict, ultimately gets folded into a single purified unity. And that reframes everything. Suddenly, the Hubble tension isn't a problem with our physics anymore. In this framework, it is the pulse. It's the very heartbeat generated by this cosmic heart, the rhythmic signal of a universe that is alive and going through its own grand process of trial and emergence. This process of returning, which we saw as the final step in that cycle, isn't seen as an ending or a loss. No, it's the completion of the fold. It's the return to that perfect coherence, that ultimate unity where it all began. So when you weave all these different threads together, from cosmology, from biology, from metaphysics, you arrive at a truly stunning, unified synthesis. It's really three core connections. The development of an embryo is basically the birth of the cosmos in miniature. The folding of the heart is the physical expression of a spiritual trial. And the physics we use to describe the universe is just the large-scale version of that exact same folding process. Suddenly, biology, cosmology, and metaphysics, they're not separate fields anymore. They're just different scales of the exact same principle, folding through trial into a living unity. And that leaves us with a truly profound final thought. What if that tension we measure out in the cosmos isn't a flaw in our models, but a reflection of a much deeper truth? The idea that the blueprint for the entire cosmos might just be beating inside our own chests, inviting us to see the universe not as some cold, dead machine, but as a living, breathing, pulsing reality.